From the Bramble Jam Network Studios, it's the Diss List with Brandon Dan. 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 Yeah! Wow! Woo, boy!
And I was trying some new things out vocally today.
You were really doing it.
Inspired by today's list that we'll get to in just a minute.
I see what you're doing.
So
Band stayed the same though, and that's what's important.
That's right. That's what we call T's in the business.
Synergy. T's.
Yeah.
Synergies.
Welcome to the Diss List, a very simple program where a guest comes on and brings a top 10 list of their choosing. They discuss it. Dana and I then rip it apart, and we get to make some changes, such as two flat-out replaces. We can take two of theirs out, replace them with two of our own, and then two flips if we think one belongs higher and one belongs
People
lower.
are loving the Diss List, Brand. You know how you can show you love the Diss List is if you could leave us a rating and review. That would help us a lot.
What are you waiting on?
I don't know. This show, we know how many people are listening, and the reviews, the rating and reviews, they just don't match.
We know that it's more than, how many reviews do we currently have?
36.
We know it's more than 36.
That's right.
Not by much.
Yeah, the last one, October 15th, just a fun time. Yeah, we read that one.
I think that's
already.
right. I think it is just a fun time. You know who else is a fun time? Our guest today, Dan.
Oh,
Our
nice
guest today,
transition.
and a good topic today, Dan. Let's set it up, shall we?
Set it up. You want me to set it up?
Yeah. Sorry. Maybe I wasn't clear.
This you weren't. You said, let's set it up. We're getting better.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, set it up.
Okay. Our topic this week is boy band songs.
Boybands. Songs.
Yes, boy band songs. So individual songs. And who better than our guest to talk about boy band songs? She appears on the Hallmark Movie Drafts podcast to rank things all the time. She has plenty of experience putting things in lists and plenty of opinions. It's Emily Petraglia. Emily, how's it going?
Wow.
Going fantastic. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, now I know this is
an incendiary topic.
Yeah, a labor of love for you. You put a lot of thought into this, but you could have picked anything. So why boy band songs?
That's a very good question.
Thank you.
I was the quintessential teeny bopper. I was the one that was listening to all the boy bands, going to all their shows, staying at the hotels that they were staying at. Yes, I know.
What? You did what now?
Get the photos.
How often did that work?
Not in the same room.
How often did that work? You stayed at the hotel that the boy band was in, and you got an autograph in the lobby.
And photos. It worked pretty often.
Really?
Well,
so
yeah.
how did you figure out that information?
Well, when I was going through, it's not a phase, it's just a lifestyle here with boy bands. And when I was mainly in middle school and high school, and at the time I was living in Minnesota, and they played at the Target Center.
Yeah.
And there was one distinct hotel that was within walking distance that we just knew and found out through the grapevine that that's where they stayed. And we started staying there for a few of the shows, and even to the fact where I won't say what band yet, but we distinctly, me and my friends, made friends with their backup dancers.
Wow.
And had a pretty nice relationship, hung out with them in their hotel room actually too.
Okay.
And gave them gifts, and they wore them on stage and everything like that.
Whoa.
Man,
okay.
And we're gonna hear more about this.
Sometimes someone brings a listener like, it's just something I like.
Yeah.
I live this.
It's a lifestyle, and I still live this lifestyle to today.
Yeah, you didn't pick the list. The list chose
picked you. That's exactly
that is correct.
Obviously, when we're talking about boy band songs, there are some groups that absolutely pop up, and this is nice because it's 10, and so I feel like we're really gonna see a lot of the hits here.
The hits.
And then where any other rules that you put in place, maybe, because is this going to be 10 NSYNC songs back to back to back?
Yes. So I was very cautious of how I was choosing this list because there's so many songs, so many boy bands, and it was just so hard to narrow this down. But I made this as inclusive as I could. So I decided, this is not my favorite songs, by the way. So there's a distinction between that and the top songs.
Good. I love
But
this
I
already.
wanted to spread the wealth and incorporate as many boy bands as possible into this
Oh,
list.
okay.
So I limit myself to one song per band.
One per band. I think that's fair
I
with
love
only
that.
10.
I love that.
Yeah.
So people aren't going to be sitting there arguing about why more of their band songs shouldn't be on there. The only thing that might be interesting is that some of these bands have more than one hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you figure that out?
So there was a lot of factors. One is actually how much do I play this song,
Okay.
which I know that was a little bit favoritism, but
little
like
bit.
you have to put that in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
But I base it upon like the vocals, the entertainment value, the catchiness of the boy band song, how often it was played on air, top 20 platinum records and all of that stuff. So I put a little thought into this. And there's some deep cuts in here, I think, that some people may not know, and I'm excited to share them.
And there was a time where it was like all that was played on the radio was boy band tracks.
Yes.
There
It
was
just back to back to back.
That was when I was in high school.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got our work cut out for us. I'm very interested to see how you kind of figure this one out. So let's start with number 10. I think that's a good place
get it
to
going.
start personally. So, all right, number 10, boy band songs. What do we got?
Number 10, I am starting this off with the Jonas Brothers.
Okay.
And Burning Up. There is
Burning Up for you, baby.
on point there.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
I'll try to do a little bit for
We
everybody.
don't want to get
We
flagged.
can't get flagged.
You know.
Yeah, just don't get flagged. Yeah, we don't need that.
I was hopeful back on the days of the week one that like if you only play like 5 seconds, YouTube won't get mad. They got mad.
Man, they got so
Yeah.
mad.
They got mad.
It's
So
crazy.
I can't get in trouble for this, right?
No.
No, and don't yuck my yum here and get me like banned from YouTube either.
I won't. I won't.
That'd be tough.
So yeah, Joe Bro is burning up. There's a few of their songs that I also do like, but I also think some of their songs are also overrated.
Oh.
This one in particular, it's catchy. It's one of their older hits. This was probably, I was not like the biggest Joe Bro fan. But I think if this song was close to the peak of like the height of the Jonas Brothers. And also, who doesn't love a good rap in the middle of a boy band song?
Right, by their security guard,
Yes.
Big Rob. Not like they could have gotten anybody. They could have gotten like an actual rapper. No, we're just gonna have our
They got their
security guard, Big
security guard
Rob.
And
Yes, Big
I
Rob.
will tell you, security guards are actually very kind.
Yeah. So they well,
In her experience.
In my
That's right.
now,
experience.
Yes.
have you ever tried to meet the Jonas Brothers at a hotel, and have you come across Big Rob?
I have not.
Okay.
I have come across multiple kinds of Big Robs in my past.
Sure.
But
Okay.
Joe Bros are one of the bands I have not met.
Okay.
Brand, what do you think of this song?
Well, I love I think it's well documented that I love the Jonas Brothers. And Burning Up's an interesting choice. I don't mind going back in their catalog to represent the Jonas Brothers because I almost feel like in a sense they were even more of a what you think of when you think of boy band early on in their career. Now they're just they're just a good rock band in my opinion now, or a pop rock band if you will.
Good rock
Some of
band.
their songs
Joe
back
Bros,
in the
good
day
rock
were just a
band.
little bit more like heavy on the pop, heavy on like just them doing their things with their vocals and blending them and whatnot. So I don't know if I would have necessarily landed on Burning Up for them, but I do think that they belong on this list. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it overall. Dan?
Yeah, so I've never heard this song, which is crazy.
Burning Up
I heard you sing
for
it.
you,
I've
baby.
still never heard the song. The Joe Bros were after I was listening to anything like it. I know 2 Joe Bros songs. One of them is The Year 3000, which I think is a terrible track all the way
It's
around.
not even their song.
Not their song.
Yeah,
It isn't.
so yeah.
Who
Nope.
sings it?
Who is that?
That's
was
but they
Busted.
did sing. it.
Busted. They did
It was
sing
Okay,
it,
got it.
but yeah, I didn't know that it
Yes.
was Busted Song's original
And then-
until
That was
very
actually
late.
one of my songs I had on it, but then like it's not one of their original
Yeah.
songs, so it's not even getting coming close to
So the other track I know by the Jonas Brothers, I would say the Joe Bros need to be on this list because of who they are. I don't know much about them. They got popular when I was way too old to care about it at all. the other song that I know of them, I won't mention because I might play it.
Okay,
I think
interesting.
that song is a good song, and this is a very famous band. So for me, I've never heard that. I would be shocked how many of these I've not heard of, because I thought I was going to have heard of all of the songs.
Sure.
I've literally never heard of this song before.
It's interesting. I think, there was like maybe a little bit of a dip in boy bands, like after NSYNC, after Backstreet Boys, after, like, there was a little bit of a time where
Yes,
that
was a
wasn't a
void.
thing. And I almost feel like the Jonas Brothers brought it back. It was kind of a new generation of boy bands, followed by like One Direction, 5 Seconds to Summer, and stuff like that. That's like a new type of boy band. And so I agree. I do think they belong on this list. So good start with number 10.
All right, if you say so.
That gets us to number 9, which is what?
Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of history before we go into this.
Okay.
Because some people may not know this. So a boy band, boy bands have been around for decades, like
Right.
longer than what
long
people
time.
think.
Yes.
So this means like generations, even to the point when I was not even alive, but like my mom was alive. Like they think the Beatles and the Monkees.
Yes,
were
absolutely.
boy bands.
Yeah.
And one of those historic boy bands was the Jackson 5.
Hard agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And one of their best songs is I Want You Back. Not NSYNC, I Want You Back, but the Jackson 5, I Want You Back. Completely different songs.
Yeah.
I felt like they need to be for sure represented on this list. This song is a bop. You hear a first few of the chords and immediately you know who it is. It's a classic. To this day, it's still being played on and off wherever you can find the best songs of boy bands. So they needed to be on this list, and this song is one of my favorites from there.
Yeah. It's hard. That's interesting, because I do think of the Jackson 5 as a boy band.
100%.
Weirdly enough, like, I'm trying to think through like what would qualify as a boy band to me, because
it's a little fluid.
Because I don't think of the Beatles as a boy band, but why is that? Because my gut was like, well, they all play instruments and whatnot, and that they're more just a band. But there are other groups that I think of as a boy band that also play instruments, including the Jonas Brothers, even though Joe doesn't and Nick occasionally does. But
of the Joe Bros, they weren't big on, like, they may have played them.
Kevin's always just done instruments. But yes, Nick and Joe are very, like, not always playing an instrument. The Jackson 5, I think one of them plays, I might be speaking out of turn here, but when I think about them, I think of one of them playing a guitar on the end and the rest of them in a line doing their thing vocally. And so I absolutely think of them as a boy band. And I love that they're on this list, and I love this song. So
this song's amazing. It's a wonderful addition to the list, Emily. And I think that was my one worry, is we were going to have bands that were literally from New Kids on the Block to One Direction, and that was it. Yeah. Like I had this fear that it was going to be basically 1990 to 2008-ish, and that was going to be all we were going to include. I think the Jackson 5 is 100% a boy band. I think the idea of what a boy band is a bit fluid depending on your definition, but I think they're it. I think they have to be included in this list just because they're not, necessarily, I will say that the harshest definition, or the most rigid definition, would be a group of all male members that just sing and don't play instruments and for pop, like, and or just do pop hits. That would be the most rigid definition. But I think there's some definite wiggle room there. And I like this song and I like this band, and it might even be too low in my opinion. It's a really, really, really good choice.
I think like pop is an important part of boy band, right?
Well, they have to just be mainstream radio. Like, I think not a specialty radio station.
Yeah, but I like the Beatles are a holdup for me.
But
like
that was rock and roll.
There
was a wave of rock and roll. Beatles,
they're a
Rolling
rock and roll
Stones,
band.
Elvis.
They're not a boy band. They're not singing these bubblegum pop songs.
No, they were bubblegum pop songs, but they were all playing their own instruments, and they were rock and roll.
They were all valid points there.
Yeah.
I will tell you I went off of a definition.
Okay.
I should have said this earlier.
It's okay.
And so, because it is open to interpretation, but according to my research, because there is a broad definition, I came up with a boy band as a vocal group made up of young male singers typically between 3 and 6 members, which is going to be very important for my list.
Great.
Who perform pop-oriented music
Yep.
and are marketed primarily to young, often teenage audience, especially girls.
Yeah.
I think that list
Thank
makes
you, ChatGPT.
that definition makes a lot of sense and puts some parameters around the list.
I like that. That's helpful.
Yeah.
And with those parameters, I think absolutely the Jackson 5 belongs on this list.
100%.
Number 9 is maybe too low for the Jackson 5.
Yeah, Jackson 5.
But
I mean,
we'll
that's
see. We'll see what we got to work with. Okay, we're moving in the right direction here. Number 8, where are we going?
Number 8, that straddles the line of boy bands. People may be mad about this one. People may love this. I was thinking outside the box here during all the craze, and it's going to be LFO Summer Girls.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Great track.
Now listen. They actually have a really great vocal range. This is this is the rap song.
Trust
of theirs.
Emily. They have great vocal range.
We'll take your word for it.
Devin out of the group. R.I.P. Devin. R.I.P. Rich Cronin as well.
Obvious.
They're
down to just
their little Brad is all by himself now. It's really sad.
Just
That
the
is
L.
sad.
Just
so
an L at
Screw
this point
Yeah. So screw
instead of
Cancer.
LFO.
No, I see what you did
So
there.
it's like a lot.
They had some great songs. This was the summer song back in the early 2000s. I mean, if no one, I could recite this whole entire song by hearts. I don't know if I've ever met anyone who does not like this song. And if you are, you don't yuck my yum. You can just not listen to the rest of the podcast. Well,
this is your off ramp here.
This is one of my off ramps. Yes.
Brian, you and I, we've been known to quote this song from time
Love
to time.
this. I love this song. This is also it's a bad song.
Yeah, no, I want to be very clear.
It's not good. But I love this song. I love this
Yes.
song. It's an interesting one for sure. I think if we're gonna put LFO Summer Girls on here, it can't be higher than 8. I feel like that is probably a safe space for Summer Girls, but I do love this track.
This song absolutely sucks, and I adore it. Billy Shakespeare wrote a whole bunch of sonnets. When you take a sip, you buzz like a hornet.
Right.
I
Want
don't.
me really whistle?
Yeah, I don't
Hornet.
know what else you need, but they rhymed hornet and sonnet with neither of the correct phonetic pronunciations, and it's fantastic. I mean, this song is so bad it's good track. Now, do I love that it's on the list? Yes. Do I think that the song is qualitatively? I've never heard "Burning Up." I'm going to go out on a limb and say it qualitatively is better than this song. I think this song is a perfect example of why the diss list is great and why it's important that we do one artist per song.
We're doing important work.
If you had done a thing where it's just the best boy band songs and it could be as many from each artist, I don't know if we get to talk about LFO Summer Girls. And this is a track that I would throw that would be on my list with all of these parameters, but would probably be at 10 because the song is embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's like Mambo number 5 embarrassing, but it is awesome.
I mean, transparently, as I was doing the hard work ahead of time and trying to come up with who would be on my list, but I was thinking through artists too, and checking out like different Spotify playlists and whatnot to ring my bell. Ring my bell.
Yeah.
Not on this list.
Nope.
LFO Summer Girl did not make my cut. That doesn't mean that I'm going to take it off though, because there's something about it that just works.
I can't imagine
it
this
wasn't
list.
even on my radar, but now that it is,
now
I
that
love
I
it.
see it there, it can't not make the top 10.
Hornet.
Buzz like a hornet.
Yeah.
Song Billy Shakespeare wrote a whole bunch of sonnets.
Yes. Sonnet. Okay. All right. I like this. So obviously,
I would take this song if I had one wish. That's where I am with it.
Or Fun Dip.
Yeah.
what a fun sandwich we have of Jonas Brothers, LFO, and in
Jackson
between
5.
is the Jackson 5. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right. That's
Wow.
the diss list for
All
you.
right.
Just leave it to me here. I'm doing the Lord's work. So.
What
That's right.
surprises await us at number 7, Emily?
Number 7, this one is going out to those who actually know boy bands, and one that folks may not know. This is Westlife, Swear It Again. Westlife is technically, because they're actually still touring.
They're European, aren't they?
And they're Irish.
Okay.
Irish.
They had a few great songs. And this one is my deep cut of my list. mainly because they don't know. Some people may not know Westlife, but when you're thinking of boy bands, they were the poppy songs or the love songs that you just and ballads that you would cry over. You would like have like a heartfelt connection to it. The chorus is great. The ballad is Chef's Kiss. I adore this song, but I also think that this is a pretty solid song that should be on this list.
Wow.
You guys don't know, probably even know who that is.
So I have heard of Westlife. I remember, so when I was in high school and probably most in tune with the cultural zeitgeist, like boy bands were unavoidable. Making the Band, the television show, there were boy bands just popping up constantly. And I remember Westlife having a moment. And I have heard this song, but I have not heard it often. And it is not one that I would have even thought of to consider in this list. So there's that. But it's clearly personal for you. And at least we get to shout out Westlife.
Yeah. I'm listening to it right now in my ear. I don't know if I'm familiar with this track.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice. For some reason, when the chorus hit, I kind of I was just like, I wanted to sing nothing at all. It kind of like it starts at a similar
O-Town.
place. Yeah. And so I'd probably just put on O-Town at that point.
Yeah.
But all right. Interesting.
Well, there's that.
I swear it again. Okay.
Okay. Westlife.
Right.
A little bit of a detour there with Westlife. I thought we were really building here.
Let's do one more.
We're building now. Building now.
Let's do one more and take a break. Are you okay with that?
I love
you
that
okay
plan.
with that? Okay. All right. I think I like that. All right. Number 6. What do we got?
Number 6. It wouldn't be a boy band list without One Direction.
Yeah.
And Story of My Life.
100%.
Now, there's so many good songs from 1D. It was very, very hard. I had this and another song, which I can talk about later, but
That's What Makes You Beautiful.
That's what makes you beautiful.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, you can say.
I mean, you can say you're not going to put another one on the list.
I'm not going to put another one on. So the other song that I almost put on from One Direction was not going to be the best song ever. It was going to be Night Changes.
Whoa.
I've never even heard that song.
That's a deep cut.
It's a newer one. It's great.
I only have 3. I know 3 songs by them, and we've named them all already.
You need to expand your horizons, Daniel.
Nah, I'm good. I got it.
1D was also on X Factor in England. So that also how they also started their entry into boy bands in the music. It was just, they had to be on this list, obviously, but a lot of good songs. But this one, I think, is pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, this song's amazing. This is a full stop great song. It's not a great boy band song. This is a full stop great pop song. It is like eminently singable. It's in your head, and I think it's just better than Best Song Ever and That's What Makes You Beautiful. I think it's their best track. I think it's got a little soul in it. I think it's got a super catchy chorus. It builds. This is a really, really fun song that when I remember hearing it in the early 2010s and just being like, this is like, if this is what a boy band is, then I guess I'm in on boy bands because it's a great track. Now, obviously, I've only listened to 3 of their songs. I love this song. Great inclusion on the list here. Maybe low. Unbelievable.
I do love this track. I personally may give the edge to That's What Makes You Beautiful. Maybe. I'd have to sit with that.
That's more of a boy band track than this.
I'd have to sit with it a little bit, but I'm fine either way. I think both of those songs are better than best song. Yeah.
Agreed.
But I love both of them.
Yeah.
I think One Direction needs to be on this list.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that they are.
I mean, but we now have done 5 of these, and there's 5 left, and we have got some heavy hitter, like some big names. We've not mentioned. So I think part of the fun is what are they all going to be mentioned, and the other part is what song is Emily going to choose from some of these like boy band just legends.
That's right.
So I think we got a lot to do.
We got our work cut out for us, and we're gonna cut that work. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna continue to cut it
out
on the other side of the break here on
the Diss
List. With Brandon Dan. Hi, everybody. Casey's, you doing okay?
He is? Yeah, he is. He is.
Get out of here.
That's fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
He's back.
Yeah.
It's
He
us.
nodded his head and shook it.
It was very weird.
Stop being so contrarian.
Yeah, that's Casey,
Yeah.
though. All right, we're doing top 10 boy band songs this week. Casey
right.
wishes he was in one of these bands, but
That's
he's
right.
not because he's mediocre. Here's the list so far. Sorry, Casey. Sorry.
Yeah.
Burning Up, Jonas Brothers at 10. I Want You Back, Jackson 5 at number 9. Summer Girls, LFO at
Heck yeah.
8. Swear It Again by Westlife.
Westlife?
At 7, and then One Direction's Story of My Life at number 6. We're heading into the top 5 boy band songs of all time, according to Emily. Let's start with 5. What do we got?
We're going back to England and taking me back to my British boy bands with BB Mac, Back Here.
Oh, 'cause you're back here, baby. Oh, what a song. What a song. Yeah.
Nailed it. We know the
Now-
words.
Now, a little background as well. So, as you heard, I did grow up part of my life in Minnesota, which has the famous Mall of America.
Famous.
The Mall of America would bring in music acts to the rotunda and other places for songs, a quick music set, and a meet and greet, which actually where I met a lot of these bands as well.
Okay.
And BB Mac was one of them. And that's when they were not famous at all. Back Here just came out on the radio. And from them, I have loved BB Mac. I have loved the song. I have seen them in concert this year as well. Like I still see them.
Oh, wow.
This is the gray line of boy bands where some people may not think that they're a boy band because 2 of them play guitars. But their harmonies
Yeah.
and their entertainment value is fantastic.
Okay.
And when you think BB Mac, you think Back Here.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah. Well-
I like it. I like this this pick. This is a song that I don't think of often, but when I hear it, it's hard not to just do one of these numbers when you're head
Yeah.
and start singing along, which is, what you want out of a boy band track. Is it top 5? I don't know. We'll have to see what the rest of these are. But I like the inclusion of the BB Mac.
Yeah, so I have a very distinct memory of feeling as though we were just inundated with only boy bands on the radio, because I feel like within the same, and this is probably not accurate, but this was a feeling in 1999 when I was a junior in high school. I felt as though Bye Bye Bye, I Want It That Way, and Back Here Baby, all 3 of them in the same 6 months, I felt like they were all there and they were taking over the radio. And BB Max, because they were not from America, maybe, like that song wasn't played as much, but it was in that mix with those 2 tracks that are, when people think of boy bands, regardless if they're going to be on your list or not, are 2 of the bigger tracks in boy band history. And so this song, which I think is a really great song, gets lost in the ether because of the titans that were around it at the time. Like if this song had come out 3 years earlier, 3 years later, it may have been the song of that year. And so in my head, this song needs to be on this list, but it doesn't have that rarefied air that those other 2 have. And I think it's a product of circumstance of when it came out. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to BB Mac, which,
Shout out BB.
That's Emily knows her boy bands. I mean, BB Mac is one hit wonder over here, but not a one hit wonder in general. Like you still saw them this year, which is a wild sentence to say out loud.
I think I've seen them actually over the past 3 years at least 3 times.
Yeah. I mean,
There's this tour going around called the Pop 2K Tour, and it
Heck
has
yeah.
BB Mac, O-Town, LFO, Ryan Cabrera. It's crazy.
Oh,
And
boy,
I-
Ryan.
Shared a dressing room with
That's
Ryan.
right, we shared-
a
we
green
shared-
room with Ryan Cabrera.
Ryan Cabrera.
Yeah, true
Great guy.
story.
I will say one knock, and this might just be me, but on BB Mac is I thought BB Mac was one person named BB Mac.
Oh my gosh.
Like BB Norman.
like BB Norman.
Like BB Norman. And I think maybe that got in my head as BB Mac.
BB Mac. It was a weird name for us over here in the States.
It's BB Mac.
It still is to this day. Still, I don't actually know where they got the name from either.
Yeah, it was BB Mac.
It's BB Mac.
BB Mac.
BB Mac. In the top 5 here on the disc list of boy band songs, BB Mac.
Crazy
Man.
big.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we're getting down to where we've got 3 or 4. In my opinion, we have 4 legendary bands we have to get to, and we have 4 spots remaining. So I'm fascinated to see what happens next.
Okay, let's get ready for it. The top 4 is very, very tight, in my opinion.
Okay.
Number 4, gotta go in with the ballad of All or Nothing from O-Town.
Oh.
Making the Band,
Making the Band.
first boy
ABC.
band formed on reality TV.
Nothing at all.
Man.
This hits you at your core for all the youngins.
Is this how it ends, with a simple telephone call?
That's a great
Maybe.
question. That's a
It
great
might.
question.
It might.
Why is O-Town's All or Nothing at 4 and not higher?
You'll see why.
Well, you've
Okay.
got 3 legend. You got
I got-
4.
I got-
yeah.
Yeah, there's multiple bands coming up. There's 3 more picks.
Okay.
Brand. So just sit tight.
Okay. Well, why is it so high then? How about that?
It's so high because I think a lot of the factors with them being formed on MTV.
Yep.
Liquid Dreams was their other big hits. It was very sultrous at the time. It was, I don't need to go into that. We all know what that song was really about. But I love the song. There's no notes on this song.
No, it's perfect ballad.
It's perfect. The perfect ballad.
Yeah.
I was still irked when Ashley Parker Angel left O-Town to go star as Fiero on Broadway.
Yeah, I think we all were.
So now we're just down to 4 in O-Town. But
still
it still
exists.
works.
Yeah,
They
O-Town's still doing stuff.
I
Right?
just saw them. Was it this year? Last year, maybe. I see them all the time again.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic song, and they needed to be on this list, and I wanted them within my top 5.
I cannot name you another O-Town song. Liquid Dreams. I
That's
just
the
learned
problem.
about.
The problem is every other O-Town song I've ever heard sucks.
Well, that's
In
gonna
my
make it.
opinion.
Here's what I'll tell you is
I'm
that
sorry.
where I would disagree with Brandon here is that this is, to me, a feature, not a bug. This song is so much in the history of boy bands. It is. I mean, I don't want to say it because I know that there's another one on the list that's also a ballad, but you could make an argument that this is the number 2 boy band ballad of all time. It is quite the track. I mean,
You think it's more of a track than a Swear It Again? The song, the ballad that we all know
Obviously,
and love.
for me, it is.
Okay, great.
I just think this song is like, it has to be like, I don't mind the placement. Here, my issue, Emily, is not the placement of O-Town at 4. I think it's especially with 1 song per group. My problem is that I believe there to be 4 groups that are unimpeachably the best 4 boy bands, or the 4 that boy bands that
Mount Rushmore.
Yes. And this song, I think, does belong on the Mount Rushmore of songs. But now one of those bands is not going to be on this list. And so that's where my issue comes in. It's
Boy
not
band.
the song at 4, which I love. I think you could make an argument that as an individual song, it could be 3. But there's going to be a band left off, and that's going to cause me a lot of pain when I have to make my list.
You know what
But I love the song, and I think 4 is a great spot for it.
You know what I actively hate about this song, and a lot of ballads at this time, and I'm sure it didn't bug me at the time, but for some reason, when these ballads were being made, they decided, let's get the cheesiest sounding keyboard tone we can possibly have. I know we have a real
I know you got a real
piano
one
in the
back there.
studio,
Doesn't matter.
but let's just get this tinny, nasty sounding keyboard tone and let's rock with it. And it's not just O-Town. It's all over this time period of music. And I just wanted to put on the record. I wish we could go back and redo these songs with a piano, a full sounding grand piano.
I will say my other comment on the sound of this song is that it does sound like all of the effort and work for the entire album was put into making sure this was a hit single. Like it does feel like a song that has so much shine on it. Like it feels like a song they did. What was it? The Yellow Card Say Ocean Avenue. They took forever on. There was like one band we heard a podcast on recently. They were like, we spent 6 weeks doing this one song and then 2 weeks doing the rest of the album because we knew that's what this
can't
feels
be Ocean
like.
Avenue because the rest of Ocean Avenue is a masterpiece.
It's a banger.
Of an album.
It's Geronimo Shepherd.
Oh.
They spent all the time recording Geronimo. Shepherd did on that first album. They spent forever on it. That's what this feels like. It feels like this song was absolutely tweaked to perfection in the studio for the purpose of being an all-timer ballad, and it worked. So there you go. All right, top 3. It's getting real.
Go.
Emily, some real decisions have to be made here.
The big show.
Number 3, what do you got?
Number 3, I'm going back to my OG boy band with New Kids on the Block and
They had
Step
a
by Step.
Bunch of hits.
Yeah,
they had a bunch of hits. Yes.
New Kids, which what they go by now is just New Kids. They were the first boy band that I was introduced to when I was 5 years old. Shout out to my cousin Erica for bringing them into my life.
Shout out.
They were the legends back in the day.
Yeah.
They came back and they hit it huge. They still tour. I've seen them in concert multiple times. They have a residency in Vegas right now. This was the song to choose for them was really hard.
Yeah. Hanging Tough.
Hanging Tough was on there as well. Please Don't Go Girl was on there. Yep. But I thought Step by Step was the best song of theirs because you can dance to it. It's very poppy. You just get excited. I get excited when I hear the song. And I wanted them at 3.
If you were going to play one New Kids song to introduce people to the band and the era, it would be Step by Step. And I think for that reason, I agree with your pick there. I think New Kids has to be on this list. That was when I was pretty young and I hated them because I was told to hate them. Do you know what I mean? Like I was single digits and I had an older brother and all his friends all hated New Kids on the Block. So I hated New Kids on the Block, but they were a force of nature. And Step by Step would be the song that you would play of theirs if you wanted to introduce people to New Kids on the Block. Got to be on this list. Got to be top 5 in my opinion. I think you made another good decision here, Emily. O-Town was bold because of the band. So you're going to leave out a band, but New Kids at Step by Step. That's good for me. I'm good here.
I understand.
Oh boy.
What?
No.
I understand that New Kids on the Block, first of all, had a bunch of hits.
Yeah. What about Chinese food?
It makes me sick. I think it's Fly Away Girls Stop By for the summer.
Yeah, they're so relevant.
Yeah.
I don't like New Kids on the Block, and I don't like this song.
Oh my God.
That is a hot take, man.
I know.
It's okay to not like New Kids on the Block, but the song?
Okay.
I don't like the song. I don't like it at all. And so, I don't really know what to do with that because at the same time, I have to acknowledge who they are, what they've done for boy bands as a whole, this song. And also clearly what it means to you. I'm in a tough spot. I never got it. I never got New Kids on the Block. I never got the song.
Well, it was before you were born.
Okay, so you don't like it because you don't get the song.
I don't get that. I just don't think they're good. I'm sorry. I don't get the overall. I think they're very hokey. Like
it was a different time, Brandon.
It's a boy band, Brandon. They're supposed to be hokey.
But like when I see, like, I don't know. There's just something about it that it doesn't click for me. Like the other groups on this list do click for me. A couple of the other ones that are coming to mind click for me. This New Kids on the Block never clicked for me. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate mail. Brandon@thehomer.com. You can tell me that I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, 1 out of the 10 on the list here, I think that's okay.
Yeah, but it's number 3.
New Kids, though. It's
number 3.
They
it's
are
New Kids.
Just like
I know I'm in the minority.
Quintessential boy band. I was never a big New Kids on the Block fan, but they're the quintessential boy band. Like they are the boy band.
So Dan, you also brought up a good point, is like you wanted to hate them. When I was growing up, my brother wanted to hate some other bands too, just because of their popularity
That's
and
right.
how much I love them. It's the generation of
I
it.
talked so much trash about the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and I was wrong. Like I was so right. It was just a thing that we did because we didn't want to admit that it was catchy, and we didn't think it was manly, I guess. We just all decided in high school we're jocks and we're cool, and boy bands can't be cool. And I was just dead wrong.
Well, and that's what's weird is I was never that way. I loved boy bands. I watched Making the Band as a kid, as a family. I don't like New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, there you have it.
It's a strong don't get it.
Don't buy.
But I understand. Not everything is for everyone.
That's right.
And just because it's not for me doesn't mean that it shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah.
Obviously. So I got to deal with that. I got to deal with that in my heart of hearts.
You do.
Okay?
You got some soul searching to do in your war room. But we got to get picks 2 and 1.
Yes.
2 and 1.
2. Number right, 2,
so
the
when
deuce.
You announce 2, we'll probably know what 1 is. That would be my guess.
Yes.
But I'm not positive on that. Go ahead.
I think you will. So 1 and 2, for the longest time, I was going back and forth.
Sure.
On which order they go into. And I will get to the reason for why number 1 is number 1. But at this moment in time, and when I was putting this list, I'm like, this is just the way it's going to be. And to no surprise at all, probably, number 2 is the Backstreet Boys. I Want It That Way.
Yeah. All right.
Come on. Like, you can't. When you think Backstreet Boys, this is the song.
Yes.
This song reached over 25 countries as their number 1 single.
Sheesh.
It was written by Max Martin, who was slugged out so many pop songs at the boy band craze.
Still slugging them out.
Still doing it.
For better or worse. Still slugging them out.
They, the Backstreet Boys have also agreed that like some of the lyrics don't make sense, but that's okay. This is one of the biggest Backstreet Boys songs. They're still touring. I've seen them multiple times over the past few years. They have a residency in the Sphere in Vegas. I'm going in early January.
You're going to the Sphere.
Going to the Sphere. And
gosh, I want to see a concert in the Sphere so bad.
Me too.
I don't buy into the hype of a lot of things like at face value. Every video I see of the Sphere and concerts in it, I'm like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
My cousin went to see a different band there, and he said it doesn't matter who you see at the Sphere. It's just the atmosphere and the graphics, and it's just like the whole over entertainment value is top notch. So BSB, I Want It That Way. Take me to the airplane hangar with them to hang out, and we'll dress all in white, folks.
I mean, Brand, this song is the boy band ballad of all time.
Yeah.
It is the one.
We've done it at karaoke.
We've done it at karaoke.
Before.
I would argue that while NSYNC is the better boy band start like from stem to stern and has more hits, this is the boy band song. This is the boy band song. I would actually argue. Listen, and I know that may be a hot take, and I don't know if I'm going to mess with it because it's already at 2, and I feel like I know what's coming at 1. I would argue that obviously NSYNC's oeuvre is more impressive to me than the Backstreet Boys is. Their hits are more impressive to me. Their vocal talent more impressive to me.
Also, just like they seem cooler. They got a little extra stank on
but
them.
This is the boy band song. This is the song. I think this is one. But we are splitting hairs. We're splitting hairs here. And so I don't hate it at 2. But if you ask me to list boy band songs, the list begins with the Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way, a song I detested in high school. And I was just wrong. Yeah.
Love this song. Love this group. No notes. I do agree at the placement though.
Yeah.
This was at number 1 for a bit. And then, like I said, I was going back and forth. But
it's everything about boy bands that you would think.
I hear what you're saying. I have a feeling I'm going to have an argument at 1 for why this one is. It has another level to it. So just go ahead with number 1.
Yes, number 1. Bye NSYNC.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, of course.
So this is the reason. So as much as I would try, was taking out my bias with all of this. NSYNC was my all-time boy band.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
Yeah. So you
Is
just
this
you
the
like
one with
that
the
band
backup?
more.
Is this the backup dancers with the gifts?
no, that was BSB. I
Okay.
can also get to that though too. But NSYNC, Bye Bye Bye. Some people may think it's going to be me just because of the meme now. No,
That's
No.
gonna be my.
there is a significance to this song, and this is why it inches out over to number 1 versus number 2. NSYNC was in a really, really bad music manager situation with infamous Lou Pearlman.
Yes.
Mhm.
See the doc.
And this song was the response to them breaking away from Lou Pearlman.
Heck yeah.
They didn't get paid for years because of this a-hole.
Insane.
Yeah.
The dance of this is iconic.
Yeah.
The music video is great. It's NSYNC's big comeback from their legal battle with him.
Yep.
It symbolizes more than just that split. People think it's a breakup song. It really isn't. And of course, it's also written by Max Martin again. And they're just my favorite. And this is my favorite song.
So-
and I think it's the top echelon of boy band songs.
Yeah. Because I think this is a total package song, right?
It's an all-timer.
Obviously, it's catchy as all get out, but also when you think of boy bands, you think about like these like choreographed dances, right? And that's something that Bye 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 has. Like we all know the Bye Bye Bye, and that's like it's just like one extra thing. Like, you know, I Want It That Way is a classic ballad, but when I think of boy bands, I think about this song for all the reasons. It's got all the elements to it. So
See,
I love this.
I would say this song works outside of the boy band world. The reason that for me, this is a very specific moment in time, and I remember the puppets and I remember the dance. But when you ask me boy bands, I see all white ballad. I see all white suits and them doing this, the Backstreet Boys doing this ballad. That's what I see. Having said that, this is a better song. I didn't say, you know what I mean? Like the number one boy band song to me is not the best song. I think this is a better song. And also we're splitting hairs here. I think these two tracks are so incredibly influential in what we know as what a boy band is, that any other two tracks would be crazy there. I mean, I would even say before It's Gonna Be Me, you would put Tearing Up My Heart there, which was a big hit for them, that came out obviously during their legal struggles. But yeah, I mean, you had, you know, the ultra stardom of Justin Timberlake does carry NSYNC by his presence as being a better boy band than the Backstreet Boys. And not that's no shade on anyone in the Backstreet Boys, but only of those, total 10 members between the two groups? I don't know how many. There was only one Justin Timberlake. There's only one Justin Timberlake. And so, yeah, I mean, NSYNC was the better. They won, in my opinion. They were the better of those two bands. So I got no problem with this at number 1.
Okay.
All right. We got our work cut out for us.
Yeah. Some people could even think these two top songs could be tied.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. One.
This is how close it is.
Yeah,
For
it's real
sure.
close. It's real close. All right. Have you stayed at the same hotel as NSYNC? Did you see?
Yes.
Have you met NSYNC?
Yes. And then actually
Including Justin?
And Justin too. On one of the times, well, it was actually back here in Chicago about 15 years ago before they broke up. They used to do this challenge for the children. It was a charity basketball game.
Oh, cool.
And me and my friends came down here and we stayed at the hotel. Justin was on the same floor as us.
Whoa.
And we joke, we didn't have any, there's like 6 of us in a room. We didn't have any hot water for a day. And we joke that Justin took all of our hot water.
Yeah,
Fair.
I think that's fair.
I think that's more than fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to our list. We'll see what we can do with this. Dan, this is gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, it
maybe
is.
the hardest. We could say. We'll be right back here on the Diss List.
With Brandon Dan. Yeah.
Casey, don't look.
Yeah.
He's doing the thing.
Casey's doing
where
the
he's
thing.
mad. He's conducting, but he's looking at
He's
me.
conducting and he's playing. He's doing all of it
He's
at the
mad
same
at
time.
me.
It's unbelievable.
He's mad at me.
Boy, what a list, Brand. Boy band songs.
I'd say.
We've run the gamut from Jackson 5 all the way to, I guess, One Direction, the most recent.
That's right.
Song on
That's
this
right.
list. Yeah.
All right. Dan, we each get to make some changes
We do.
here.
Yeah.
I'll go first this week.
Do it.
I want to do a couple. Let me talk about my additions first. Some things that I want to include. One thing that I want to include is like when I think about boy bands, you think about ballads. You think about these boys up there dancing. You also think about just the earworminess of a boy band song, right? And there is one particular earworm that has been stuck in my brain since I heard it many, many moons ago. And it is a song that is such an earworm that the chorus doesn't even make sense.
Here we
It
go.
doesn't even have
what this
words. And so I'm including
Interesting.
Hanson's Bop on this list.
I've never thought of him as a boy band. But I guess you're right.
Really?
Never.
Oh wow. This is as earwormy as it gets, and so I want to include it. And
Fair.
then I like what we have here as far as a lot of things represented, generate like Jackson 5's on there. I do kind of like it's hard to even know how to quantify or qualify what is going on with K-pop, right? And like how much is happening and all of these groups and stuff like that. I do think that like BTS should be on this list.
Okay.
Because of it's kind like it, boy bands are kind of ebbing and flowing, and we have this we have Jonas Brothers in One Direction, and then it ebbed again, or flowed. What would be the dip? Would the dip be flow or the ebb?
Ebb goes
Whatever
away.
it is. And then I think like BTS and K-pop has kind of brought back this boy band conversation.
BTS is a great one.
And so I'm including Dynamite by BTS on this list. This pains me. I'm getting rid of LFO's Summer Girls.
Wow.
I'm not proud of it, but I am.
Wow.
I know.
Man, I win in my book.
And then I'm getting rid of Westlife's Swear It Again because I just don't know it. And so here's what here's what I'm going to do. Those are going to be clean replaces. So I've got Dynamite at 8. I've got Hanson at 7. I'm flipping Joe Bros in One Direction. That's a personal preference for me.
Personal preference.
But to me, it's like Joe Bros and then One Direction. And I will always pick in that way, and so that's what I've done there. That's a clean flip, and then I wrestled with what to do because there was do I want to mess with your top 4, even though I'm not a big New Kids fan.
You played it smart here.
I'm playing it. Well, I think that all 4 of these should be at least in the top 5, right? What I would do there, who can say? But I kind of wanted to move the Jackson 5 up as like a tip of the cap to the old school and the I don't know, and move BB Mac down just because that's what made sense to get Jackson 5 up higher with what I wanted to do. And it's hard. I don't necessarily love everything that I've done here, but something had to happen. That's what I did. What are your thoughts on the changes that I've made, Emily?
So I knew for a fact you would put Hanson on this list.
I mean,
yeah.
I knew
that.
You know
it was
well.
actually Mbop and Hanson when I also was looking at the 5 through 10 of this. They were at 10 for a hot minute.
Okay.
When I went through my list, they are now at 12.
Okay.
The main reason why is I can't understand half the song.
100%. But is that a feature or a bug? For me,
I mean,
apparently my entire
song.
life it's a feature.
Because you have a hard time with words. So
100%. Yes. I get the words wrong in song anyway. So the fact that
words wrong in
the
song.
fact that Hanson made it okay for me is nice.
I want to give you my notes on Hanson real quick from what I wrote. I go, this dang song, I swear. No one really knew what the chorus meant or what it was, but it was for sure one of the songs you needed the album jacket to follow along because at the time you still couldn't understand what they were saying.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how helpful the album jacket was.
Wait, and then 3 questionable brothers.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it is earworm. It really is.
It is.
Really is.
It's an all-time.
BTS. I know BTS and K-pop is back. the song is fine. I don't hate it. It's just not my cup of tea.
Sure. Fair. Yeah. Okay. We ready for mine?
I'm ready.
All right. So Emily, it was a tough spot here because there are 3 things I wanted to do, and I only had 2 replacements for which to do it. 1, I wanted to put in what I think is the vastly better Jonas Brothers song. 2, I wanted All for Ones, I Swear, on this list. And 3, Boyz II Men had to be represented. I can only do 2 of those things. So what I decided to do was I decided to not add All for One, I Swear. It is such a saccharine, cheesy song. I do think it's a top 10 boy band song, but the problem is they never were as famous as I would have had to take off to put them on the list. In my opinion, I would have had to take off not just Westlife, which I took off. I would have had to take off one of the other bands, which I think belong on there more. So for me, I took off Westlife and put in Boyz II Men. We'll get to that in a second. That was easy. But switching the Joe Bros songs allowed me to get what I believe are the best 10 bands on here. So that's why All for One didn't make the list, because it was a true one-hit wonder and not as big a ballad success, in my opinion, as All or Nothing by O-Town. But that was tough because I do think they belong in there. But let's talk Boyz II Men. Boyz II Men is one of the quintessential boy bands and has to be on this list, period. End of discussion. Has to be. End of the road. Motown Philly. I'll Make Love to You. On Bended Knee. Your description of boy bands is Boyz II Men. Their vocal prowess, probably better than anybody else you got up here. They were unbelievable. I love all of those songs I mentioned. The biggest hit, probably On Bended Knee. I'm not positive. Motown Philly is what I'm choosing. It's my favorite.
Wow.
Motown Philly, an incredibly catchy track. Unbelievably fun. A lot of great harmonies from their first album, Cooley High Harmony. I did a direct replace with Westlife, and then I moved it up to 5 and moved BB Mac down to 7. So I wanted Boyz II Men on the list. I wanted them in the top 5. That was like MO1 for me. I replaced Joe Bros Burnin' Up with Joe Bros Sucker, a song that I think is a great song. I don't know if it's a boy band song. They're playing instruments. But when I heard it, I didn't know who was singing it. And I went, this song's really great. And then I heard it was the Jonas Brothers. And I said, that's the Jonas Brothers? My kids still ask for this song occasionally in the car, just as a request. A great song, in my opinion, the best song from this era, that boy band era, aside from One Direction. So I put in Joe Bros Sucker, took out Burnin' Up, and then I took out Westlife and put in Boyz II Men. And then here's what I did. LFO has to represent. I just moved them to 10. That's all I did was I moved them to 10. I moved Joe Bros up to 8. Switched those 2. Now it's Sucker by Joe Bros at 8. LFO is at 10. Jackson 5 stays where it is because I think some would argue it wasn't a boy band, even though I think it 100% was. 8, Sucker. 7, BB Mac has moved down from 5 to 7. I think that's fair. Maybe that's because the song got lost in the shuffle to me with the number 1 and number 2. It came, BB Mac back here came out within the same window as number 1 and number 2, and that cost them, in my opinion, at least for me. 6, One Direction. 5, Motown Philly by Boyz II Men. And then your top 4 unchanged. It's the Mount Rushmore, in my opinion. I could maybe make a case that Boyz II Men should be in there, not O-Town, but
yeah, you can make that case.
I'm pretty convinced that O-Town at 4 is a pretty good spot. So from top to bottom, 1 NSYNC, Bye Bye Bye. 2 Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. 3 New Kids on the Block, Step by Step. 4 O-Town, All or Nothing. 5 Motown Philly, Boyz II Men. 6 One Direction, Story of My Life. 7 BB Mac, Back Here. 8 Joe Bros Sucker. 9 Jackson 5, I Want You Back. 10 LFO Summer Girls. That's my list. What do you think, Emily?
So I want to talk about Boyz II Men real quick, and then I'm going to go into the Joe Bros change.
Of course.
Boyz II Men was teeter-tottering on my list.
Teeter-totter.
They were for sure. I had a feeling someone would do something with them. Boyz II Men was actually one of their songs was number 11 on my list.
Wow.
And that was End of the Road.
End of the Road. That's what I almost chose. That would have been number 2 for me.
It's a great song. Boyz II Men, they kick it out of the park. They nailed it. They are phenomenal. I have no issues with Boyz II Men being in this list. I do have a problem with Sucker being on this list.
Okay.
I am over this song so much.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
I'm not
It's-
for what it's worth.
But
I love
also,
this song.
wouldn't that be a reason it should be on the list? Like these songs got old for people pretty quickly.
Yes, and no. I think and that's where I think it was like Joe Bros, you could go so many different ways. You can even go SOS.
I love
That
SOS.
was being on the top. But
Calm down over there.
I freaking love the Jonas Brothers. Okay.
I know you do. Okay. No. Sucker, could I live with it? Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Well, you got your work cut out for you, I guess.
So
it sounds like this is going to be closer than I thought, because I thought you played it a little bit safer with Boyz II Men and then just keeping Jonas Brothers but changing the song. So
what's wild is I think you put 12 on her list at Hanson. I put 11, even though it wasn't the same song at Boyz II Men. Then you put K-pop and I put a Joe Bro song, She's Over. So, and then we both kept her top 4 the same. So
That's true.
Similar lists.
Yeah.
I your big argument is Hanson, which I think is a great argument and honoring K-pop, and mine is Boyz II Men has to be on this list. I think both are solid. These are both good lists. This is a tough one.
Yeah, I'm flashing back and forth for you, but you can tell me if you want me to stop on one to give you a little bit more thought. But
no, I think I'm good. I think I made up my decision.
Okay.
Bran, I'm sorry, but Hanson's too high on this list. And Dan put Boyz II Men on where he was 11, so Dan takes this.
Okay, yeah, I think that, and I also kept LFO on. I think that was LFO had to be on this list.
That was also a bad move on Brad's part.
LFO had to be on there.
I thought he was going to take off New Kids.
Yeah, that would have been disastrous.
I couldn't do that.
This is a good one. I like the K-pop inclusion.
I
did.
Thank you.
Yeah. Emily, this was great. You crushed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just thinking through what I could have done different,
Yeah.
How was I to know that you don't like K-pop? How was I to know?
I'm just not like the biggest fan of it. Like I get it, I get the appeal. I'm just now too far removed from it. I think to be there is someone from our double decker crew is probably not going to be happy with what I just said. But
Well, but I thought, but in the live show, you can watch live. You can watch live as we do these disc lists, and a lot of people agree with you. Obviously, I think,
you can watch live. The people are fascinated. There's a lot of interesting comments here. A lot of Joe Bros love. Too,
I think I know you, Dan.
Yes.
I know how much you love Boyz II Men.
I love Boyz II Men.
And so
when I saw they were not on this list, that was number one priority.
When I'm making a top 10 list, I could have also put Boyz II Men on, and probably should have. But I decided I want to try to make it as different as possible. And so
Boyz II Men makes to do that.
No, Boyz II Men makes the most sense. Like Boyz II Men belongs on this list.
Yeah.
And so I agree, but I know how much I wanted you to have your Boyz II Men.
Oh, thanks.
Although Motown Philly is an interesting
That's
selection.
my favorite Boyz II Men. I figured since I was adding it, I could choose my favorite song.
Yeah, of course.
But I think any of those 4, I think there were several of those that broke records how long they stayed at number 1. I mean, they had a run there where they were especially with ballads.
Yeah,
I think that's why I chose this, is because the other 3 are ballads, and this one is distinct because it's their one hit that wasn't like a ballad.
Ooh.
So that's why
Langley wants to know if she can do a top 10 diss list Joe Bro songs, and I don't know what you're going to do during that.
Emily can be co-host.
But you know what? So that's how I feel
would
sometimes.
love to do that.
Sometimes I'm on this show and I'm like, what am I doing
I
here?
can go listen. I can go listen ahead of time. Yeah,
do
man.
your homework.
Absolutely.
All right, we're gonna be back next week with another episode. Emily, thank you so much for coming on and bringing your list and picking Dan's, I guess. We're gonna be back next time with another one. Until then,
keep dissing those lists,
y'all. Okay.
Y'all okay?
Let's try to do it like a boy band.
It's the dance list with Brandon High. It's the dance list. Brandon.
It kind of sucked. I hate it.
It was not good.